we have Joan Cousins.
Joan Cousins, come on up.
So I asked for a chainsaw. I mean, is that so weird? It was the only thing I wanted for Christmas. And what did my mother give me? Gold bracelets. I said, Mom, you know, at 60 below in Alaska, when your skin touches metal, it like fries the top layer of your skin. And meanwhile, my mother is looking at me with that very familiar, glare of disapproval. And I knew what she was going in her head. She's going, I just don't know why Ruth Hubbard Cousins, a beautiful and successful executive in the nation's capital, should have a daughter who never liked playing with dolls and who has no interest in getting married and insists on dressing like a man in flannel shirts and jeans. So I said, okay, Mom, let's make a deal. You take back the jewelry and I'll buy a chainsaw. So that's what we did. Now I should have known better because a couple of years before, after I graduated, she gave me Wedgwood china. 8 place settings of Wedgwood china. And it had like lavender grape, delicately draped over ivory porcelain. There were all kinds of sizes. You know, there were like dinner and salad and dessert plates and bowls, soup bowls and teacups and a creamer. I mean, you know, it was a huge box. And I said, Mom, I'm going to leave that with you because I'm going to Alaska. So, and there wasn't room for it in the car. So in 1972, I took off for Alaska, and it was about as far away as I could get from Virginia without a passport or a plane ticket. So I was up there, and I was roaming around, and I was looking for a sense of freedom and a place where I might belong, and I fell in love with this woman. And we built a cabin together in the wilderness, completely with hand tools, and we called ourselves the Klondikes. This was not the kind of coming out my mother had had in mind for me. Years later, I met the love of my life, Alice. And one of the ways I knew that she was the one was because she could actually deal with my mother's repeated attempts to undermine our relationship, or at least try to make it disappear. And so one time before a family gathering, I contacted my sister. I said, would you please call Aunt Mary Jane and just casually mention that I'm coming with my partner, Alice? And now Mary Jane, I wanted her to get over any kind of some Christian conservative reaction she might have in the privacy of her own home. Not that she would have been nasty, because she was actually as sweet and down to earth as the shoe that shares her name. But, so Alice and I were little when we were walking into the North Carolina restaurant. We come in the lobby, I see Mary Jane. I've seen her once in the last 35 years. Doesn't look like she's changed at all. And next to her is her son, Ronnie, who's tall, slim, and very sensitive looking. And my mother and sister are talking with them, so we join the circle, we hug, and then I turn to Alice and say, oh, I would like for you to meet my partner, Alice. And Mary Jane looks like I just clubbed her over the head. Mm-hmm. She's staring at Alice, trying to figure out what she's looking at. I go, well, didn't Kat tell you that, I was coming with my partner, Alice? Oh, I thought she said Alex. So there we were dealing with it. My mother begins to wring her hands, and I can see her eyes darting around. She's trying to figure out some way to distract everybody from thinking L word. And her eyes are darting around, and all of a sudden she brightens, and she turns and she says, Alice, would you please tell Mary Jane about your family's experiences in the Holocaust? So, I see Alice there, and she's got her German Jew background, and she seems to, when her father's family had to flee Europe, and her mother's, lost most of her family in Auschwitz. I mean, it's awful. And so everybody is like very still, and they're looking at the carpet, which was nothing unusual, but they were looking at the carpet. And And I'm normally like pretty fast on my feet, and I was just like stunned. And then my cousin Ron, who's very quiet, I hear him clear his throat, and he says, and after that, Alice, we're going to I'll tell you all about my deeply excruciating experiences in therapy. And so everybody cracked up. We just started laughing so loud that we almost missed the hostess coming into the lobby saying, "Party of 12, your table is ready." And so we started filing into the dining room, and each one of us really looking to find our place at the family table.